Hi everyone, and welcome to One Family, One Menu. Today, we are making my easy peasy pizza dough, and you are going to love it. Today, we're making my easy peasy pizza dough. You no longer have to wait hours to prep your dough. With my recipe, I've got you covered. And this is the perfect recipe to bring your kids into the kitchen, to involve them in that process of preparation and cooking. It's amazing. They'll really enjoy it. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so let's begin making dough. The first thing you're gonna need is to preheat your oven at 400 degrees. You're gonna need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of lukewarm water, 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of cane sugar, regular sugar works fine as well, and 1 tablespoon of yeast. Here is some flour for kneading the dough, and you'll also need a couple of bowls to mix ingredients and to mix the dough. I also have my trusty whisk and a spatula for mixing. The first part of this process is to mix the lukewarm water with our yeast. We're going to sprinkle it over. And we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes. Now that that is on the side, we're going to take our flour, and if you don't have a sifter or you just don't want to take it out of wherever it is hiding, you can just take a whisk and go over your flour with it. That will make sure to take out the lumps in the flour, and it does basically the same job as a sifter. And it's easy peasy. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my 2 teaspoons of salt inside my 3 cups of flour. I'm gonna put it aside until my yeast and lukewarm water are ready. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, and we are going to mix our yeast and lukewarm water with our sugar and our extra virgin olive oil. We're going to mix those together. Now we're going to take our flour that is mixed already with our salt, and we're going to make a little hole in the middle, just as if you were making pasta. You're going to make a little hole in the middle, and then you're going to pour in the liquid. Now, you're going to begin with your spatula, moving in the flour into the liquid, like so. And when you see that it's sort of mixed, almost, you're going to use the best utensils you have, which are your hands. And you're going to mix it even better. Don't be afraid to stick your hands in there. They are the best mixing tools out there. Okay, our dough is almost ready. We're going to put it together a little more, just so it's a little more smooth and compact, but not too much, because we're gonna need it later. So I have this large bowl because the dough is gonna grow when we prove it. And what I'll do is I'm gonna take a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and I'm gonna put it on the bottom of the bowl. And I'm going to spread it around with my hands. And then I'm going to take my dough and I'm going to put it there And then I'm gonna make sure my dough is also covered with some olive oil. And then we are going to cover this with a kitchen cloth, whichever one you want to use. And we're gonna put it on top of our preheated oven. And we're gonna let it proof for 30 minutes. So put your timers on. When you remove the dough from the stove, from top of the stove, you should hold it by the cloth because the bowl will be hot since the oven is hot as well. Now you will remove the cloth and it will be a little bigger than before. Before you knead, make sure your counter is clean and not wet at all because then the dough is going to stick to it and it's going to be a mess. We are going to pour some flour over the counter and we're going to knead our dough at least 6 times. That way, it will release all that delicious gluten that makes pizza so yummy and so crispy. So when we knead our dough, make sure our hands are also floury. We knead it nicely. Okay. Look at that beauty. Now that's beautiful dough. Well, everyone, this was my easy peasy pizza dough recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you're off to making great pizzas. Visit onefamilyonemenu.com for more recipes and updates, and do not forget to subscribe.